You're watching Enterprise Nation TV with O2 Business.
My business is the Burren Smokehouse. We are an artisan producer of smoked salmon. And I suppose we built the business around food and tourism. We came up with it as I found myself on the mid-west coast of Ireland and wondered how am I going to survive here. So we decided to start this business. People were coming to the west coast of Ireland to experience the landscape, and we want to give them an experience of what the land and the sea can produce, and a taste, a flavour of the west coast of Ireland.
Fantastic. So when you first started the business, and was it in the 80s? 1989. So
yeah.
What were the sort of key challenges you faced when you first started, and how did you deal with them?
Okay, I suppose the key challenges that we faced initially was remoteness, and at the time, 1989, there would be services would be less developed, and also infrastructure. So that would have been some of the challenges. I think that we also started, and there's a lot of positives in there, but no, that would be our main challenges, I suppose, services and remoteness in a way, and also distribution networks.
How did you deal with those things, particularly the remoteness aspect of the business?
Well, we kind of, I suppose, the remoteness aspect of our business, we turned into something positive. So being somewhere where you experience as a tourist, it's also somewhere where you go away, where it's remote and you find yourself in your own space. And giving an experience to somebody of remoteness, it can be really good. You can chill, you can get away from your daily life, especially because you're in a remote place. So that can be a very positive thing as well.
How do you manage customer service for your business, and what are your tips for other businesses to manage their customer service?
Okay, we manage our customer service on a daily basis, and for us it's really important to listen to our customers. We try to do our level best to be 100% perfect, but we are not. So when I suppose the most important times are when things go wrong and how we deal with that. So we try to turn around a customer that has been something gone wrong to fix that, and also make them come back for more. By listening to them, we would take ownership of anything that happened, and also reimburse or send out new products for them. For us, customer service is everything. We reimbursed, or as I said, send out a new product if they're not happy with what they have received.
So what would you say your 3 tips then for other businesses?
Listen to your customers and fulfill their wishes, and do your utmost to communicate that to them instantly. As soon as you can, as soon as you get a complaint, to deal with it immediately and not let it sit there for a long time, and to get a satisfied customer in the end of any form of customer service complaint.
I mean, you've been running a business now since the 80s, so I guess how are you, and times have changed in terms of marketing. How did you market the business in the early days, and how has that marketing strategy changed, over the years?
In fact, because we are located in a tourist area and we have an international community passing by our door, our marketing was direct, and as people came to us, and we also started it became our export center, because when people passing by and asked, could we get this sent to us, and I said, okay, we'll look into it, and then we did find a way of indeed sending it next day delivery within Europe, and 48 hours delivery in the USA. But that was actually, it kind of grew organically. I was going to say something else. The marketing, direct marketing, yeah. So, and also people that came by because they're as a tourist, they're on holidays, and they're very open to suggestion. And also a lot of company directors would pass by. So we actually started wholesale business where people got passionate about the product and they had a good experience, and they wanted to bring that product to their own country, to Germany or France or UK, and became kind of ambassadors for our products.
You talked earlier on, you mentioned, you're in Harrods and all these amazing, iconic luxury brands. And that's the question, some of the guys here will ask, and our members ask a lot, is how can you do business with brands like that? So how did you manage to sort of convince brands like that to work with you, and what's your advice to other businesses?
I suppose these both Harrods, Selfridges and Burren Mason are about, they like small, they like quality, they like beautiful, but something that is unique to them, and I suppose we could give them that. It took a while to get there, but we won our first contract with Burren Mason on our product, but also the buyer came over to visit us. And she liked what she saw, the kind of the team were working on, the customer service that we were giving, but also that it was a team effort, and also that we produced something that we felt was an art and a craft. Then Harrods came on, and that was took a little longer. I was knocking on the door for a long time because it was part of my strategy of getting in there, getting into Harrods. And it was really through the Great Taste Awards and getting three-star Great Taste Awards that kind of suddenly was like, why don't we have your products in yesterday? So that's, the awards, to get awards for your products is very, very important. That's how you build your brand and and also not only once, but that you kind of continuously get awards for your products. It's quite important that you show that you have a continuous good quality product. So that, and then persistent, after that, you can't stop. I mean, with Harrods and with both of them, I've offered services like going in and doing tastings. The tasting the product is very important. Communicating with the customer and communicating with the team inside the premises, because they are, when you're not there giving tastings, they're the ones that are going to talk to the customer. So you need to know the people, the staff that is actually working with your product, and then talking to the buyer on a continuous basis. So you just have to constantly communicate, and also adding value, coming up with something unique, coming up with a new angle of your product. My Burren Mason buyer actually gave me an opportunity because she wanted us to produce something with an umami flavor. She had met a neighbour of ours who is a seaweed producer, and she said, could you do something with seaweed and the salmon, combine these two wonderful products? So we did, and it came up trump, and that was the time we got 3-star Great Taste Award. So that was pretty amazing.
What would you say is been the secret to your success of longevity? That you've lasted. So it's tough out there as running a business. So what would you? It's hard to say, but what do you think has been key to your sort of growth?
So I suppose the key to our growth and our successes, and continued actually being still here after 26 years. I suppose we have learned a lot. We've always embraced learning new skills, and it took a while, we went management. First you start with a small company, and then you have to learn management and, grow. And so you learn through hard experiences, and you just have to go with the flow and just kind of try to change things as you go on. I suppose seeing opportunities, saying yes a lot of the time to opportunities come to you. And see, I suppose recognize that it's an opportunity and just go with it. And sometimes it costs a lot of money, or but you feel when actually that's another thing. Follow your gut instinct. That's a huge one. Whether it is no, don't go there, or this is an opportunity. Let's go for it. This is an opportunity for a brand. And I suppose also have. I think that we've always guarded our brand and regarded it very much, and stayed with the same integrity that we had from the very beginning, not diluting it. I think that's really, really important, and I think that's been a part of our success as well.
And just finally, what is it like? I know a lot about UK business, what it's like to run a business in the UK, just from entrepreneurs I've interviewed. But what is it like to run a business in Ireland? Is there a lot of support out there for entrepreneurs?
I think so. Yeah. I'm a huge fan of networking, and I think probably maybe it's something that is very Irish. I don't know, but you have support as well from the States, like the Bod Bias, Bodish Gamora, which is the North Country seafood, and I would go and find out where I can get help and support and training from these organisations, Enterprise Ireland, anywhere at all there is opportunity. I would go to, I travel up to Dublin regularly, probably once a week sometimes. Sometimes I go up and down and it takes about 3 hours. Even though I'm the west coast of Ireland, I know that there's so much happening in Dublin, I need to be there. So I suppose reaching out of for the opportunities. I find that there's a lot of things happening when you meet people and engage. Things that you haven't expected to come to you, but because you open your mouth and communicate, that is just so important. And you can solve problems very fast by asking questions, asking for help, and reaching out and giving generously of yourself as well, and give other people help. That it goes both ways.